Hey everybody, welcome to Everyday Journey. Today we're going to make something out of the limb that fell down on top of my car. It's old and dry at this point, so won't be able to make what my original intentions were, but I'm going to make something similar. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this. We're going to use this saw that I got quite a while back. We're going to make it's called a Swedish shrink box. Roy Underhill for the Woodwright shop, he made one. Of course this won't be able to shrink, so we're not going to be able to make it the same way. But we're going to use the same general idea and make ourselves a little pencil holder or a paintbrush holder or anything else for that matter. You could make it a little bit bigger. You could put flowers in it. I mean, just whatever you want to do with it. So hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, I'll show you how to do it, and if you guys have anything like it too, send it my way. I'd love to see what it looks like. Alright, so as with everything, we've got to measure off what we need here. I'm going to end up cutting off the end of this because, well, it's been sitting a while, so I want to try to get to the greener wood. So we'll just mark it right here. I don't want to mess with that part where the limb's coming out, so we'll go ahead and mark it just below that. Here I'm putting it right in the vise. See, I'm using this old t-shirt. That's to kind of protect it, because I want to protect this bark on here. I don't want to have this as a finished piece. I want the bark to be showing, and there's some pretty cool lichen and stuff like that growing on there. So hopefully this will protect it well enough that we can actually have something decent in the end. Alright, so this saw right here, this thing I think is 36 inches long. No idea how old it is, but you know, with a good sharpening on it, which I haven't done yet, and if I got that surface rust off of there and actually put something on there to smooth it all out good, then it would probably cut like a dream. Here I'm using my other saw because it's got some finer teeth on it. Try to get that last little bit there so I don't have so much tear out. And then we'll just move on. You can see right here, look at this. This is really dry wood. I mean, that's the inside part I just cut. So I thought it was going to be a lot greener than it was whenever I decided to start this project. And so where the Swedish box would actually shrink around it, this one there's no way. It's just not going to. So here we go. Cut this last little bit off again, and then we'll get started. So here's what we got. See that lichen and everything on there? So far it's holding up pretty nicely. Here I'm just going to mark the center on it, or rough center, since this thing is not exactly round. Alright, so here we'll go ahead and drill our bore this out a little bit. This is just a 1-inch paddle bit, I guess. You can see right here it wasn't long enough to go through both sides, or all the way through, so I tried it from the other side and I missed it. So it's close, but we'll just use the chisel and stuff for the rest of it. It's got to be bigger than this anyway. So here you go. I use this chisel. I use the other chisel you see, and then I use the what do they call this? The drum sanding kit. I use this right here to actually mark where I needed to bring it out to. So I had a good circle for a diameter. Same thing on the other side. And it's not finished yet, but it's really close. So we'll just go ahead and keep sanding at this point. Here's the finished product after we've hollowed it out. So now we need the part to actually cap it so that things will stay in it. So we got to cut something off here that's wider, and by that I mean from the end of the log to where I'm cutting is wider than the diameter of that hole. We're going to use the natural check point for it. and try to get this thing to split here, and just using the chisels as wedges. So you guys can just sit here and watch everything dance here on my workbench, because when I get the hammer out, it starts vibrating. See it go? So now that we got something that roughly resembles a board, let's take it over to the sander and sand this down. There we go. It's pretty thick, but we can sand it more later. Look at the grain or the pattern on this. That's really nice. Hopefully that stays in there. So now we'll just go ahead and mark it so that we know where we need to cut it out, and then take it over to the bandsaw. Yes, I did say bandsaw, but something happened with it, and now we're going to use the scroll saw. It'll still do it, but man, it's going to take a lot longer. So here we go. It's not exactly sanded flush, so or flat, so it's bouncing all over the place, but it's doing the trick. That's all I need. I was going to use the coping saw, but I'd just rather not. But there's our pattern again. I'm going to have that on the actual very bottom, so if you turn it over, that's what you see. I can have it on the inside, but not very many people are going to be looking on the inside. So it's roughly cut for this. Go ahead and use the sander and just eyeball it for the rest. So I'll sand a little bit, check it, sand it again, check it, and keep going like that until I get something that seems like it fits. And there's me eyeballing it. It seems like it fits pretty good. So now we got to glue it up. Break out the glue here, and as you can see, something happened with it. It broke right off the top. So what can you do? Just carry on. So we'll go ahead and glue it up like this, and I'll get something to figure out how to seal this thing back up. But put it in place here. Since this is going to be a real loose fit, I'm just going to kind of hammer it in with my hand, and hopefully that'll hold up nicely. So let's move over the sander so we can sand this thing flush. Alright, so we flip this thing over and go ahead and sand down the top too, and then we get it all cleaned up. And one of the things you don't do is don't blow into it like I just did to get the dust out. Not only am I covered in dust, but also have it in my eyes and my mouth and everything else. So, oh well. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. I know it's like all my other videos, they take forever, but I'd love to see your guys' take on it and what you thought about it. If you make something or have made something similar, let me know about it. I'd love to check it out, see how you made it your own, and maybe even made it better. But definitely keep the comments coming. Definitely like and subscribe if you've not already, and well, check out my other videos as they come. So y'all take care.